Integrated into Snoofa is a sophisticated registration process which leads clients from unverified to basic to advanced should formal anti-money laundering documentation be required. There are a number of settings that we have to complete in order to get started. So we're in System Settings and we choose Compliance. First of all, we come across the AML LTS interval, so this is the linked transaction sum. These refer to the sum of all transactions that the client makes within a set time period. With the latest regulations, the UK government has set restrictions on the total spend or sell amounts of one individual on certain categories of items in a 12-month period. If a client exceeds this amount in the set time period, they will need to upgrade their certification to advanced. The government in the UK has set this to 12 months, so 365 days. You will need to keep a check on the regulations because at some point this may change. So moving on to categories. These are the categories that you wish to include in the anti-money laundering linked transaction sum calculations, and the current guidance defines these as fine art, antiques, jewellery and precious stones, precious metals and collectibles, cultural property and high value collectibles. The Snoofa system can include and exclude automatically, for example calculating works of art but not including books within the calculations. You can include all categories if you wish, but as always check the current guidance. So under fine art we have sculptures, so we'll add sculptures to the category. It's not in our current list of categories, so if we go over to item categories we can create the new category. We can then choose our marketplace labels. We'll add the current VAT rate, and here we need to say that it is a category that is regulated under the Anti-Money Laundering Directive. And if we go back to compliance, it has now been added to the list of regulated categories. So under these regulations, auction houses are required to conduct customer due diligence on transactions involving these items when they exceed €10,000 in the 365-day period. €10,000 is currently £8,390.66. We'll round it down to 8,390 as the system doesn't take pence. A useful calculator can be found at artaml.com and they update it monthly. And finally we have reminder settings, so here you can choose to set reminders for clients to remind them up to 3 times at various intervals about basic and advanced certification. You simply type in the number of days. Admin staff can receive notifications when new ID documents have been submitted and require a manual check. Ultimately though, it is the responsibility of the auction house to familiarise themselves with these AML regulations, as the consequences of non-compliance can be severe. The British Art Market Federation has anti-money laundering guidelines approved by HM Treasury, and FSC compliance can provide robust AML training with specialist experts. That concludes our tutorial on getting started with compliance in system settings. I hope it was useful, and as always, thank you for watching.